I'm Paxton, and welcome to the channel.
Ryan Little.
Hi, welcome to the first episode of Behind the Meaning and the first painting from the collection Beautiful Chemical Mess. Here now I have Cegado, ante la tecnología, which is blinded by technology. The title is in Spanish and this is the very first painting. So obviously this is about technology. So its rapid development and discoveries leads us to ask ourselves if this is really a benefit to human development, since technology can benefit the user not only by entertainment but also as development of new treatments, helpful discoveries. It can also cause negative repercussions on both mental and physical health. Through the years, being connected has become not only addictive but also very necessary, but also being spammed on a daily basis by society's expectations and unachievable realities. It only adds up to the challenges that a mentally healthy or ill person has to face. Technology now surrounds us. It is necessary in everything that we do. It is necessary not only for daily activities but also to communicate with other people. Since the minute we wake up, we turn off alarms, we check the news on social media, we check friends and how they're doing through social media, we chat to other people, even at work, we send messages to each other, we send emails, we make lists, we make posts, we make vlogs, we watch movies together, we play together. We do everything through technology. And also we look for inspiration. We look for tutorials, even to fix our cars, make a meal, make an appointment, or even check dates. We use technology all the time. Also, I know it's a thing now that you can check your screen time, but even if you want to reduce it, it's still very hard to go through a day without using any technology. But not only that, it develops so incredibly fast that it is impossible for us to keep updated to the latest trends. It's also a good source of information. You can find anything, you can investigate about any topic there is. You no longer need to go to a library to learn about something. Everything is on the internet now. But then again, everything is on the internet now. So it will all depend on how you use it and how you take advantage of the possibilities of this tool that is for us. And drawing a line between the good and the bad, specifically on the internet, it's actually very hard to do. So I worked on this piece in 2014 and it seemed something that was happening at the time. And back then I thought it's a good idea for the first piece since it's a topic that it's easy to relate to according to what's been happening lately. And what's very interesting is that it's still relatable, and I know that this will be still relatable in a few years' time. Since this whole pandemic started, we all have been in the need of entertain ourselves, and I know that for example, in my case, I feel that being isolated made my screen time go probably twice as long as I had. I no longer look away while I'm driving because I have nowhere to go. Classes are online, homework is online, investigations are online, meetings are online. So all those little events through my day that used to take screen time away from me now are necessary. And lately I've felt like I've been absolutely surrounded and almost consumed by it. So it took me a while to actually realize that, and also realize that I needed a break from technology. Sometimes I feel the need after work to just sleep, read a book, draw, or just do whatever to look away from a screen. And because of that, I think it's the best piece to start with. So now I want to share with you the process that it took to make this, and like I said in the past video, I'm gonna explain why I'm trying to save this piece. So I just remember I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do a painting as my first piece, and I just wanted to learn new techniques, wanted to try something new, and that's how I met and fell in love with chalk. And I had the idea in my head, but I didn't know how to do it. But eventually, after a lot of sketching and thinking, I came up with this idea. The thing was that I didn't know where to get all this junk, and I didn't really know how to work around chalk. So in the art department, we had these mannequins, and I just took one of them and used it as a mold, and I did the whole face, well, the whole thing actually, and then I just stapled it and glued it to the wood. I remember this fabric was from someone's project that they left behind from previous years. So I just took part of it and made the blindfold, and then it was just me asking around if people had some old technology devices that I could dismantle. And eventually most of these came from my dad's office. I remember most of it, it's like a fax. And I remember one of my classmates gave me her old computer, as well as other keyboards that I found. And once I had all these pieces, I just started gluing them, and that's how I made it. Funny thing is that I had this ready since 2014, and RIB ended on June 2015. This was done, like it had been just lying there waiting for me to take it to the exhibition. So I was okay with it. I knew I had it ready. It was somewhere in the studio just waiting. And it survived the whole program. It survived 2 years. Like, it survived everything. But the week that we were preparing for the exhibition, which we had to take all our pieces to the school and arrange the pieces together, my mom calls me and she's like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do, but this happened and I don't know how to fix this. So apparently the painting was in the studio. It was on the floor against the wall, and my dogs got in and they were playing, and I think with the tail they just like pushed it and it went forward, and this whole part, you know, the nose, the mouth, everything here just was squished against the floor, and and my mom picked it up and it was like flat. It was all flat. I don't have any pictures of that, but I remember she didn't know what to do. She was anxious, and I told her, don't worry, I'm just gonna do it again. And if you've worked with chalk before, you're gonna understand that it is very easy to handle. And I remember I was in school when I got the call, and I just grabbed the same mannequin I did it from and just did like this part, and I brought it home and just redid the whole face, and it was done in like 5 minutes. So actually that's the only story that I have for this painting. It was very easy to come up with. I do still have a lot of these pieces with me, and I don't know what to do with them. Probably I will just use them eventually, but I've been saying that since 2014, so we'll see. And now I want to talk about why I want to save it. So this piece has been on my dad's office for I don't know how many years. I think we took it there just after the exhibition, so probably like 5 years. I think it's the only piece that had its own setup. Because it was in my dad's wall, and he even installed like a light for it to have this dramatic effect on it. The thing is that because it's not a 2D piece, it was very hard to put a glass around it or cage it, and I didn't really want to do that. I just wanted it to let it be. Eventually the insects came, and I'm guessing they are kind of like eating it alive. Well, not alive, but yes, alive for me. And as I saw this, I never really had the time. Like, I always had it on the back of my head, like, I have to take this piece home and take it out of the frame and just like clean it up and fix it and do that, but I never did it. I never actually did it, and I always forgot. I never had the time. I made a lot of excuses, and honestly, I always forgot. So eventually, during the quarantine, we started to have heavy rains, and I remember my sister went to the office and she found out that there was a leak and there was water everywhere. There was water on the floor, there was water on the walls, and the thing is that I have most of my pieces at the office, so I got really, really worried, thinking that some of the paintings that are there don't have a glass, and also that some parts of the frame is not wood. So I knew that even if it was wood, they could be expanding because of the water. So one night we just grabbed every cleaning product that we could find at home and drove to the office and made it a night, like a cleaning night. And I just went to check on all the pieces. Yes, I have some that I have to change certain parts of the frame. There's one that I do have to add some glass to it to protect it. And then I saw this one. Apart from the fact that I started to see this little evidence, was not only all around the piece but also on the floor. I realized it was time for me to take it home and fix it. We took it off the wall, and apart from the fact that it was wet and some pieces were falling, there are some cables that I need to glue, and basically I have to just take it out and clean it all and fix the frame. So it's a lot to do. It doesn't seem like it needs much work, but it does. So next video I'm just going to record myself fixing it. So yeah, that is the meaning, that was the story, that was the process, and everything that I have to say about this first painting, Cegado, ante tecnología. So if you have any questions and want to know a little bit more about it, or the technique, or whatever, or just want to ask something, then you can write it on the comments down below. Again, I'm going to share all the relevant links down below, and this is the end of the video. So thanks for tuning again, and see you next time.